Hello friends, 655 days of war. In its report or analysis, ISW has said that Russian army is committed to offensive operation in multiple sectors during the most challenging weather of fall-winter season in an effort to seize and retain initiative prior to Russian Federation presidential election in March 2024. Whether this initiative all along the battle is for the March 24 election or not, but it is very clear and visible that Russian army has launched offensive last 3 to 4 weeks almost on all the battlefront and is gaining too. Let us see what is happening in the southern war zone. In Kherson, Russian army attack has intensified on Krinky as well as railway bridgeheads. On west bank of Dnieper River, Ukrainian air defense system has come up and is a formidable deterrence to Russian army air power and its utilities. Despite considerable losses, but yet with replenishments, the Ukrainian army is able to maintain its bridgeheads in the east bank of Dnieper River. On Zaporizhia front, weather conditions are not very favorable, yet Ukrainians carried out attacks towards Verbo but without any success. Russians counter-attacked towards Novofedorovka and southern Rabatino as well as southwest of it, made a good gains almost 1.7 kilometer wide and 1.4 kilometer in deep. It also bombed and destroyed concentration camp and weapon dumps of Ukrainians in Malatuk, Machka, which is in Polohi region. In Rimivki salient, the Russian army made marginal gains towards Staromayorsky and Urozhain. It must be stated that all along Zaporizhia front, severe forests are beginning and armored vehicles will be visible soon on front line and it will be difficult to use them. This is true for both the sides. In north, towards Swatovo Krimina Liman direction, fights are continuing and especially for Terny and Yampolovka. On Swatovo Kupiansk direction, positional battle on in Sinkovka. By and large, no major changes have taken place in northern front. In east on Avdiivka front, Russians are continuing their attacks in northern Avdiivka. Towards coke plant, positional battle also continuing on its outskirts from West Heap side. Fight is on in Stepov, and Russians have made some gains towards Novokalinovo. Towards southern flank of Avdiivka, Russians advanced north and west of Yasinovotskaya junction. In east also they made some gains and captured Donetsk filtration station. On Bakhmut front, battle is on in Klishivka for the heights. In northern flank, the Russians made advance from Barkhovka reservoir towards Valyinovka nursery. They also advanced towards Kromov and Bohdanivka. North of Soledar, the Russians also made gains and quite a good gains towards south of Rozdolivka and southwest of Vasily. In Marinka, counterattacks are on from both the sides in northwest and other leftover areas which are still under Ukrainian controls. A brief on Palestine Israel war. In northwest Gaza Strip, IDF made some gains. In northeast, fight is on. In southern part of Gaza, IDF is expanding its control and also IDF is continuously carrying out extensive bombing. Skirmishes continues on Israel-Lebanon front between Hezbollah and IDF troops. As per reports, Israel is trying to woo US to attack Yemen and in turn US is trying to take Saudis and other Arab countries into confidence. This followed after Houthis military announced ban on passage of all ships en route to Israel. Middle East is the hub center of diplomatic relations. As I had talked yesterday also, latest is that Putin talked to Egyptian president. Far away from Palestine and Ukraine, in Guatemala, the president-elect Bernardo says coup attempt is underway after the election for the president was declared invalid due to administrative violations. In Venezuela, the president has signed a decree incorporating provinces of Essequibo, which is part of Guyana, in the country, and it will be 24th new state. Well, today is Human Rights Day. It is trending on the social media. But do you really think that anyone is bothered about the human rights? What does human rights mean? How about unemployment? How about lack of education, health, services, and homelessness? Thank you, friends. That's all.